do? What is this?
岁月在默数3、4、5、6，5、6天以后，人们开始存在宇宙，黑夜和白昼，呼吸第一口气的烟火，
I love
最怕
him.
命运小偷，坏和美好我用血肉去感受。问宿命是否在多久，在持久，在永久，敌不了不休。
I think I'm starting to like this song. Is this his song?
His new song.
I like this song. This might be the first Chinese song I put in my car. I think I might download it. Ah! He sounds great. He is, this is clearly live. This is clearly live, but this is so in the pocket of what we want out of a live singing performance. We hear little tiny deviations, but only enough to know that it's human and live. I just find his tone, I just think it's really lovely. I think his vibrato is lovely. Everything just feels lovely.
恋人从挥手到牵手到放手到挥手就该足够。对夜的张口，我伤口的伤口随风春秋。你我终会落幕为尘埃漂流，等待化几烟与愁，在花江水煮熟，属于你的元宇宙。
Holding a low note like that, lower in your range with no vibrato, is actually quite hard because vibrato sometimes serves. I don't think singers actively think about this. It's not something we do on purpose, but vibrato actually makes life easier as far as pitch support. Because what is vibrato? We are actively shifting the pitch. If you can't put vibrato or choose not to put vibrato, you have to be a lot more accurate and a lot more careful and a lot more supportive so that the pitch doesn't either, float up or down or just be shaky. So interesting choice from him, very modern choice from him, kind of a risky, to me it feels like a risky thing to do live, but it shows how in control he is. And it's something I'm trying to do more and be more thoughtful about where I'm placing vibrato. It tells me he's really thinking about it. He's making decisions as he's singing. He's not just letting it happen to him. I can tell you in my younger years when I would do radio ads, which when I was younger, I thought that would mean I made the big time if I got to do like Cheese Whiz on the radio, like sing about products. The first time I ever did it, the producer, I was wearing the headphones and I was in the vocal booth and the producer was like, the client would like you to take all the vibrato off. And I was like, I thought like, I don't even know what that feels like. It was the first time anyone had ever not even just told me to tone it down, but get rid of it. And I remember what happened to me is what I see happen with my clients all the time. I kept accidentally putting it. That's a sign that we're not steering. We're not in charge. We're on autopilot. When we go to sing something, we just do it the same way, or we just dump all the same skills and we feel it the same way. We're not going, hey, what sounds good? Hey, what have I been asked to do? So circling back to JJ, I think that that's an indication, that simple choice to pull the vibrato out of that held low note at the end of the phrase tells us we're hearing a curated performance, a purposeful artistic choice. I know I already said it. I think this is, since I've been reviewing Chinese singers and Asian singers and songs, I think this is my favorite song. I think this is the most well-written, hooky pop song. Everything from that beautiful piano intro that keeps appearing to the melody of the song. I want to sing along to this song. Like this feels like I can relate to this song in my world even. I don't know if JJ had anything to do with the writing of this. Did he? Do you know?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh.
Yeah. He wrote it.
Oh, I love him.
呼吸下一口气的预谋，终究会被没收。漫天风雪，我陪你颤抖，我们别回。
And I want to just say one more thing further about that. It feels interesting reviewing or commenting on songwriting. And I'm sure some of you right now are saying, you don't even know what he's saying, and you don't even know what other songs are saying, so how could you say that this is so well written? Well, of course, you're right. I can't understand or compare and contrast the lyrics, but that's actually kind of cool that I'm able to simply review the melody, the production, the arrangement, how the vocalist sits in the song, how singable the song is for the artist singing it, how sing-alongable the song is for someone, a fan who's listening, for someone who's just enjoying the music, how memorable it is. So yes, am I missing one big component in the lyrics? Absolutely. But there is a lot more to song and the hookability of a song and the success of a song and the catchiness of a song than the lyrics. It's very important. The lyrics are very important, don't get me wrong. When I write songs, the lyrics are something that I would rather spend more time on so that I say exactly what I want to say, exactly how I want to say it, and as clever as I possibly can. So I can't comment on that, but I still think it's worth talking about songwriting, and it's a very unique way to review songwriting because I can only focus on the composition, not the poetry of it. I'm curious at this point. But I think that it's a worthy review because I can't get tangled necessarily in the lyrics. So that's my 2 cents on why I'm commenting on the songwriting. This song in particular really stands out to me. This melody, da da do da da do da, like I think that's such a craveable, we would call it an earworm, just gets in there and keeps crawling around and you want to figure out how to sing it yourself. Somebody might have to teach me the Chinese on that. It's just silky. This delivery is absolutely beautiful. Tonally, I'm sorry to gush. So we see that he's pulled the tone into a little bit more of a whispery, pinchy place. Not necessarily a falsetto. He's still nice and thick, but it sounds really intimate, doesn't it? Kind of crunched in and whispery. This is an excellent example of an artist who can mix. I don't really like these terms, head voice, chest voice, mixed voice, belting voice. I think we get really confused, but this is an example of a singer who can modify the energy and the amount of air, the amount of thickness in the tone. So keeping the thickness, even though he's moving higher, even though the volume is coming down, hanging on to that thickness, he's, quite good at that. Pulls up into his head voice, still sounds really thick and clean and clear, and comes right back down into the thicker tones. people would barely even notice it. They just feel the emotion of that choice. Super great pitch. And then he pushes right into that overdrive, right? Nice. Not overdrive as in grit or dissonance, but that really thick tone right butted up against the head voice and the falsetto. He's really masterful moving through the different places, the different tones, and the different amounts of thickness or air in the tone. I really enjoyed that.
谢谢。
Oh, I think that was one of my favorite performances of his, and not because it was necessarily flawless. It's just so artistic and well executed. And to me, we've seen in this concert, we've seen other great singers, great artists, talented artists. But for me, there's something in artists like him, or rather artists who are him, that just feels so mature and so fully realized in vocally and as a musician, as a songwriter, as an entertainer, as a performer. I can't help but just say that it's such a standout to me. The way he uses his voice feels so casual, but is so elevated. What a pleasure.
大家好，好久不见。嗨，我来了。我还在寻找一个依靠和一个拥抱，谁替我祈祷，替我烦恼，为我生气，为我闹。你们唱。幸福感觉有你好。
The audience is pretty high for them. Like, gorgeous. This is great songwriting too. Did he write this? Oh. See how it feels addictive and repetitive, but not in an annoying way and not in a childlike way. This melody still feels mature. It still feels complicated enough to be adult, but it is simple enough that you want to sing along. That's great songwriting.
你不知道，你对我多么重要，有了你，生命完全的刚好。欢迎。我放慢了步调，感觉像是喝醉鸟。终于找到心有灵犀的美好，一辈子暖暖的好。上面的。
I love that he speaks during his performances sometimes. Like, he's being very casual right now, right? He's kind of hanging out with the audience and letting them sing some of the lyrics. But I think when a singer is able to speak and sing and speak and sing at the same time, we're also, well, it's a good indication that what they're doing is obviously live. Although you could even, I guess, get around that if you wanted to. But energetically, you can also hear the relationship between his speaking voice and his singing voice, which is exactly the same. It's the same voice. He is not someone who puts on a character. He is just his most authentic self when he sings. And I just love it. Yeah.
谢谢。
What is... JJ? I feel like he always says this.
Yes, thank you.
Ah!
你们好吗？ Come on， 幸福开启后预兆，缘分让我们慢慢紧靠。
Beautiful.
然后孤单里吞没了，不料遍地又荒了，又变荒了。小酒窝长睫毛，是你最美的记号。每天睡不着，想念你的微笑。你不知道，你对我多么重要。有了你身。
So yeah. I love those little movements he does.
你完成的刚好，小酒窝长睫毛，迷人的无可救药，我放慢了步调，感觉像是喝醉了。你不知道，你对我多。
It's funny, you know. I do hear the little pitch things. When the majority of it is so spot on, those little moments, almost I'm like, oh, he's still a human being. Oh, it's just...
我重要，有了你，生命完整的刚好。小酒窝长睫毛，迷人的无可救药。我放慢了步调，感觉像是喝醉了。我终于找到心有灵犀的美好，一辈子暖暖的好。我永远爱你。 谢谢，毕业了，希望大家都可以一起继续的追求自己的路，寻找属于自己的光芒。梦想带我们到什么样的终点不重要，重要的是我们走在一起。希望大家的梦想成真。光。 那乌云揉成团，像鲸鱼吻着浪，叫我和你去飞翔。人老无语后老淡，别跟丢了天空，沙滩挣脱回忆。 会不会唱？
That entire phrase was freaking flawless. Flawless.
裹着心的光，很想说了别忘。他说孤单很好，信念创造不凡，心里裹着光的人，始终不换。誓言心不老，在那些梦探索远方。一路有雨也有霜，愿我无敌江南，如我面对太阳，如你最希望，一路冒险就得闯。 漫漫翻越冰川，未来不缺翅膀，冰雨和门泪。
This is really, really precise and flawless and fluid, and with such great motion and emotion and detail.
别管你们唱
All those little details, which people don't necessarily point out and notice because they're not 16-note runs, but that is what makes a singer. That is the difference between someone who sings and a singer, kind of.
我的
Ooh, the compression, though. You hear that high note where, how do I describe it? That's not very high for me. That's the trick, right? For a female singing a male song or vice versa, sits in a very different place in the voice. But when he's kind of pulling his voice up into that squeezy place, not a lot of air in the tone, still very high, very thick, very solid, lots of compression to make it sound so pointy up there. By compression, kind of hugging in, kind of a narrowing sensation. Yeah.
誓言让心不老，带那些梦探索远方。
Gorgeous.
为那些年的梦有多长？谢谢。毕业快乐！谢谢JJ林俊杰。
I'm almost embarrassed.
Why?
Because I feel like I'm genuinely getting a crush on this man. No, it's wild. I really think he is such a beautiful artist. Really, I really do. Actually, let's put that song on my phone. You have to type it in.
Dust and ashes.
I feel like I know him a little. I love him.
You've been on my mind. I grow fonder every day, lose myself in time. Just thinking of your face, God only knows why it's taken me so long to let my doubts go. You're the only one that I want. I don't know why I'm scared.
"同样的机场，不同世界；同样的咖啡，不同味觉。